Okay, the next part is KNX Home Server. Thank you and hello all of attendants and new attendants for this part. And again about webinar rules. Write a question along the way. Answers will be given at the end of each block. The duration of each block is 30 minutes, and the webinar will be recorded, but the block of questions and answers will be held online only, and will not be recorded. Therefore, stay with us online and learn all the details. Okay, Changelog. Where can I find the latest data about it? And again, we have our website, section download. Here we have KNX Home Server. And here we have KNX Home Server's Changelog. The same thing, Changelog. Just a moment. Oops. Oh, no, Changelog. Another link, please, sorry. Another link. Okay, here we have an old news. And again, 2 days ago, it was released with a new version. And today I will show you a new version, 1.6.1. What is the agenda for this thing? Fast Start Wizard, voice integration of Amazon Alexa Google Home voice assistants, Sonos multi-room, more capabilities to control playlists, faster project setup, access to group addresses from all devices, import of a built-in structure, and a new capabilities of interface customization, setting the main page customization of the mobile version. Well, I will use a real equipment, real application. And KNX Home Server. The first thing, it was not added in this, it was added in last release, but I think it's a very interesting function for you and will be interesting for you. If you not logged in our application, you have a button Start Demo. What it means? For now, we will use this demo without server. It means that we have a demo previously set it up project with some widgets, with some images, with some settings, and it means that your customer can check it on own device and can check it how it will be with the config, for example. Config will be available for end user, for you. You can show some functions with floor and rooms, with a lot of different devices. What is the settings? What is the types? What it means? Some logic card, etc. And of course, it's not about real equipment. It's just a demo. It will work on all devices, and you can use it for promotion our application in the field, in the real object. Well, and when you close the project, this project just gone. Okay, but now we will use a real server. I just log in our application, and I just make a new project. I will use my server, the activation. Okay. And now, oh, sorry, it was not, it was another server. I will use another one here. Okay, enter the code. And we have project name, for example, 2021, 0.1. Of course, we will use a TP1 interface KNX Home Server. We can use another one via IP, but I not have some reasons for it. I think you should use a KNX TP1 service. Of course, you can change a physical address here. Next, here we have, it's a new wizard to create a new project. I think it's a more interesting and faster way. Connection mode, you can use local only or external only on local and external. It means if you will have this some steps in the site, after that, if you will have a local and external, all settings you can make it outside from this project. But here I will use a local only, create a project, and as a first step, after that we have activated server, and make some empty project, download this project to our cloud and server, and for now, yeah, we have our wizard with the 4 steps. The steps 1, you can add floors and rooms manually, but you can import floors and rooms from ETS. And I will use interesting function which is available now. The first will be about test 1. And here I have two objects on Russian language. It's okay. Add. But of course here I can change something here like a floor 2. And of course here I can change the name, the cabinet. And of course here I can add another one room. For example, boiler room, I don't know, here. Okay, the next step is add here in my ETS project, I have 3 addresses. And I think it's not a good example. And I can use another project. And now I have 18 addresses from ETS project office 10. And of course, I can create device for KNX control. Here we have often devices, but I can open the whole list. It is a 12 different devices. And first of all will be about dimmer. I just add a dimmer. For dimmer, just we can use some search. For switch, it will be switch, read addresses state, absolute dimmer will be here. Of course, I can use some min-max. For relative dimmer, I will use control dimming, and I can change the steps for it if it's interesting. And dimming speed, it's for more interesting things. Okay, next. I can use different locations. Add a new thing about button. What is button? Just a button from KNX side. Of course, it will be like dry contact. And I will use here from status from relay state. And I can use the values, and we support a short press, long press. And again, the next thing's about binary display. Binary display, it looks like, again, like a dry status, dry contact. For example, it will be dry contact for leakage sensor. And just for example, it will be state from relay. And here I can check, for example, for on, it will be alarm. We have some leakage, or off, it will be okay, and of course, if it will be alarm, it will be red, and here it will be gray. Just only in main page, just for status, okay? Another one, activate color picker. Here we have a new interesting thing for color picker. And again, some switch, reads for red, percentage. I just use fakes addresses because it's not so important for our goals. And again, okay, for color picker, we have different types. Early, it was available only for this side, but for now, it's available for different. For now, we have, it looks like a blur effect here, because this project just on our PC, it's not on our server. It means that we should use a synchronization process for it. Okay, and last one, what I want to show you, it's an interesting thing for KNX. In the KNX Home Server, we have a new generation of KNX serial driver. It's more interesting than i3 Pro for now. Of course, it will be available in i3 Pro too, but now it's available only here. We have a sub-device for time and date sender. It means that we can use our server to send periodically to some group addresses. Here we will send timestamp mark to the bus with some period, for example 1 minute. Each 1 minute will be our server will send some KNX telegram about the time. Well, it's all about KNX. Next. Here we have another modules, IP cameras. It's all of this from last release. Samsung TV, SIP server, voice assistant. About voice assistant, we have here Google Home, Amazon Alexa, Yandex Alice. The last one, it was Google Home. I can add it here, and as you can see, Google Home hasn't any settings. It just okay, we have it. But how we can set up this driver? Well, again, we have a documentation. We have a very, I don't know, describe it. KNX app. And the first one thinks it's about our documentation. Just a moment. Yes. I think this documentation is more interesting than i3 Pro because all of this very with the screenshots, with different things. And here we have a section about voice assistant, Google Home, and we use which speaker can be used, which languages, which devices, how it can be used in real application, how we can activate this skill in Google, etc., etc. All of this available here. Next things, it's about web page. It's a new function here, web page, and I can use, for example, just for a reading .com, and you can change open browser in the app here or open browser extended. Well, it's all. Next, just a page, add, and next. What? Almost done. What's next? We can add photos, rooms, etc. Blah blah blah. We can set timers. Of course, we will talk about timers. It's very powerful, interesting things. Set schedules, macros, and routines, and share a project with other user. And here we have a link to the video it's a YouTube video about i3 KNX, how we can use it to fast start. It's not about only text. You can use it in this case. And of course, in Iridium mobile channel, we have a special playlist. The playlist about KNX Home Server for controlling KNX. And as you can see, here we have a lot of cases, small video, very interesting, very fast for each function in our application. I think it's a very fast way to make your first project. Okay, just done. After that, this project will be uploaded to our cloud and to your server. And now I have a project. What we have new. Early, it was available on main page only this image and some macros and routines, and it's all. For now, you can add all any widgets to this. And of course, here you can change a room editor. You can delete this image, for example, and you can use only dimmer, etc. And one more interesting thing. As you can see here, we have rooms on phone. It means in your mobile phone, we will have some list, and the first one will be rooms, and after that we will have these widgets. But you can change it like this. You can use, for example, binary display here, and it means the first thing will be like a statuses. Okay, I have all statuses okay, but after that we will have a rooms, a list rooms, or you can use it in the end of this list. It's very flexible things. Another one, and of course about web page, just a check. As you can see, we have Iridium here in my application. Okay, and what about different widgets for devices? You have a config, devices, and as I said, here I can use different widgets. For example, here dimmer or dimmer like this. For color picker, I can use like this or like this. For example, if I have here, just it will be like this for my user. Or like this, and I will check all this. Okay, and about timers, just wait a minute, make public. If your end user has access, has some grant access to timers, for now it's available not in config only. You can hold icon on some devices. For example, I have a dimmer, just hold, and now I have a timer and I can add a new timer like this, for example, like this, and turn off head. And now, as you can see, we have an icon with a timer. It means that we have a device with a simple timer. We can check it. Of course, we can delete it. It's a very simple, very fast way. Okay, and it was all about our news with this application.